You can get this at Aldi's. You're basically just putting on enough to put a nice little mask on your face. A perfect example is, you know how they say, oh my gosh, you got your makeup caked on? That's what you want to do with this mask. You literally want to cake it on. So in this circumstance, it is okay to have caked on makeup because it's a mask and not makeup. For me, I have a lot of bumps underneath my neck area, so I definitely make sure to get that area really good right now. I think it's been something that I'm eating that's breaking me out and not allowing my lymph nodes to properly flush. So I really need to go on a fast and figure out what is truly breaking me out. Which the idea that I'm first coming up with is processed food. One, it doesn't break down the way real food does. So it gets stuck. A lot of processed foods don't consist of much water. So if you're going to eat processed food, you have to make sure and consume, I would say, at least twice as much water as you're consuming, so that way you're flushing out any waste from the body. And if you really want to be safe, I would triple or quadruple the amount of water in comparison to food intake. Because us as Americans consume way too much food. We think that we need a whole steak dinner, when in reality, that steak dinner usually consists of a starchy potato, possibly a soda, which is, in my opinion, liquid diabetes. You don't have to agree with me. It's just what I believe. So if you don't believe the same thing, we just don't think the same. I'm not gonna argue. However, when you think about it, when you leave a bottle of soda laying out for a while, what happens to it? It turns into a syrup. That's exactly what it does inside of our bodies. And it has absolutely no benefit other than tasting good, when in all actuality, you could be drinking natural juices that taste just as good. And if you want a little fun, you could always add a non-sweetened liqueur and have yourself a drink with all natural juices. However, commercials and all the advertising on TV is basically a pink slip for your life, slowly but surely. Because recently I just graduated school, and cosmetology school, and one of the things that I learned is that so many different parts of our body are a certain percentage of water. For instance, I want to say that the body is at least 80% water. Not soda, not sugar, water. So 90 or 80, at least 80% of what you consume daily should be water, so that way you're properly flushing and don't have these bumps, because these bumps are clogged with the things that we eat. I'm gonna have to do a challenge of only eating certain foods for a whole week, and to see how my skin clears up. Now, one thing is I haven't been drinking soda, but what I have been doing is putting creamer in my coffee. Now, you may or may not be a believer in consuming white, processed, refined 98-cent pound bag of sugar, but I am not. I like to either go with honey or cane sugar, or something that has not gone through a bleaching chemical process, because after the sugar has gone through this process, it is now being consumed by your mouth, in your body, and the chemicals used to whiten, bleach, and whatever else to the sugar is now in your body and causing destruction in your body. And you better hope that your body is strong enough to beat the destruction that it's causing. Because if not, you will start melting, deteriorating, and withering away from the inside out. Doesn't really sound too much fun. However, depends on what you're into. I'm gonna let this sit on my face. The container actually says to let it sit on for 15 to 20 minutes. However, here it is in English. The directions say mix clay with equal parts of raw apple cider vinegar and or water. Use a non-metal bowl and utensils. Do not use metal with this. Metal will disturb the natural properties within the clay, and it won't work as well or up to its highest standards because of the metals. Certain compounds, certain elements do certain things to each other, and when this happens, sometimes destruction, sometimes different things happen chemically in chemistry. So do not use metal. Stir the mixture well with a spoon, plastic spoon, or what I did is I got this from Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree is my go-to. If I ever see something at Dollar Tree and I know that, if I were to shop somewhere else, this is gonna be $5 easily. No, if you see it at Dollar Tree, always pick up 1, 2, maybe a handful, because you don't know if next time you go into Dollar Tree, it's going to be there again. So when you find stuff and you're like, pick it up, because you don't know if it's gonna come in again. Which that's just like a facial brush, as you've seen. Apply 1/8 inch to a 1/4 inch to the face or other area. So I'm using this on my face. You can use it from head to toe. As you see, I put some in my hair, and I like it because it absorbs the natural oils in my hair. And if you get greasy hair on a regular basis, this will definitely help with that. When you take a shower, your hair is just gonna feel like so clean. It's gonna have a little bit of a dry feel to it, but you can always condition. You can always deep condition. You could always just use a conditioner in the shower. I actually only recently this year have I actually just been shampooing my hair once a week. On every Tuesday do I shampoo my hair. I've noticed a huge difference, one in the oil production in my hair. Like, I noticed that it's not as high as it used to be, because my hair and oil glands are like, we're only getting washed once a week instead of every single day. So we don't have to have these freak out moments of like, oh my gosh, all the oil's gone. We can't, who's gonna protect the hair? That's not necessary anymore. And after a month, at least over after a month, I noticed. So if you're gonna switch up any routine, at least give it 30 days before you're like, this doesn't work. Because think about how long you've been doing the routine that you're doing, and that hasn't worked. So at least give something 30 days before you decide it's not going to work. And then as far as 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch on your face, so that's where I was talking about as far as getting a nice thick caking, like you're icing a cake, you know, just like get it on there nice and thick. I'm not gonna be able to talk in a little bit because my mask is starting to dry, but right now I haven't even been keeping track of time. Sometimes I just wait for it to do its thing and dry, and you'll start seeing it starting to crack and get all dry. That's how you'll know too if it's ready for it to come off. Some people in the beginning when I started doing this, I actually did not feel the pulsating that most people are talking about, which is I think because I've lost so much weight in the last couple years, and so my skin is still looser because it still hasn't like sucked up to like the new skinny face. So like it took like a couple different times for me to do this mask for my face to actually start feeling the pulsating. And then when you get the mask on, definitely try to suck your face in, like suck your cheeks as much as you can, because it helps with the shrinking process. So like, you know, when you were a kid and you had your binky or your pacifier or your bobo, whatever you call it, and just like you're still sucking now, but just like suck your tongue, and then like over time your face, like obviously you're not gonna go from like to, but you know, like within a year's time, definitely either do YouTube videos, take pictures, you know, keep some type of log, because you're going to notice a difference. Now you're not going to notice a difference on a daily basis because you're around you 24 hours, and you're not going to, unless you're very, 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 very attentive to detail, which I am. I notice a difference after one mask. Some people will not notice this difference. But back to the instructions. Sorry, I get very all over the board. I try to cover all corners, but it's also a problem because I get distracted and then I get away from what I was originally doing. So it does say apply 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch to the face or other areas. So like right now I have this pimple here, and I could definitely, no, actually that's not it. This is a little bump that I had that I burnt yesterday because I wanted to see if this other machine that I'm using is actually gonna work. But this is a pimple here, so you could apply it to your pimples. You could do spot treatment, and it'll help with that as well. It says let it dry for 5 to 10 minutes for delicate skin, and for 15 to 20 minutes for normal skin. You will feel a pulling and tightening sensation. Feel your face pulsate, which in the beginning you might not, but I guarantee you after, like, most definitely after your 5th treatment, you're gonna be like, whoa, I feel my face, and it feels like my heart is beating in my face. This is normal. Don't freak out. For a deep pore cleansing, world's most powerful facial, 1 pound of clay makes 10 to 15 facials. So this is only a pound. This is only a pound, and you should get 10 to 15 facials out of here. Now today what I use is 1 tablespoon. I know for sure I'm going to be getting way more than 10 facials out of it. Of course, in areas like this, I did not apply probably 1/8 to a 1/4. It all depends on you, how thick you want to apply your mask. It says to use it once per week for for the family. More often for problem skin, men love it too, and it's for external use only. Now, I have watched videos where some people have been putting this into their smoothies for detox. I have not done this yet. I could only imagine that if you have cysts in the inside of your body, that it is going to help. I'm not a doctor. I am not giving advice, but if it's taking the impurities out of the skin, your organs are of the same components. They are also skin and living matter too. Our skin is the largest organ and probably the toughest organ, because it is the one thing that protects everything from the inside, you know, other than the skeletal system, of course. But you know, if this mask is powerful enough to help get these acnes cleared up on the outside, then I absolutely believe that if you were to pour a teaspoon, an eighth of a teaspoon, a fourth of a teaspoon into some water and you consumed it, that it would do the same for the inside of your body as well. Is this going to be overnight? No, absolutely not. Maybe once a week, just like you're doing the clay, the mask, once a week. You go in every Friday, let's say, you know, of course, don't mix this with alcohol. I would say for someone who's only consuming water and like natural juices, sugar-free, and by that I mean white processed refined sugar, you know, because fruits naturally have sugars in them. They're naturally sweet, and some vegetables are on the sweeter side too, such as carrots. Those sugars are fine. Those sugars are easy for the body to break down and don't cause problems in the long run, unless of course you have an allergy. And I'm sorry if you do, because that sucks extremely. But with that being said, I do think that this could help internally as well, especially if it's 100% bentonite clay. There's nothing else in there, which on the bottom here, 100% natural calcium bentonite clay. I just had an idea as well. So since there's calcium in here, right? Would this help build our bones? Consuming this once a week, you know, my mind just wanders, and wonders about many things. But this is the mask that I'm doing today. I've been trying to do a mask every single morning. Tomorrow, if I remember, I'm going to hopefully record this, but I have this mask here. It's called a soothing oatmeal bath treatment, and basically all it is 100% natural. I don't know how to pronounce this word. Colloidal oatmeal. Hopefully I'm saying that right. But what it is this oatmeal, and what they do is they grind it and they make it into a powder. I'll show you that. Oh, and they just make it into a powder. So as you can see, it's all powdery. And I got this from Dollar Tree. You get, let me see if I can find the package. I want to say you get 5 of them in a box. One second, I have to just step away from it. Hold on. right, so yes, there are 5 single packages. All right, so both sides say the same thing, so I'm just going to read it from behind. It says that it's compared to a vino active ingredient. It's effective relief of itches and rashes due to poison ivy, poison oak, and poison sumac. It's good for eczema, insect bites, and sunburn. It's also fragrance free. The only thing that's in here is the oatmeal, which is amazing because so many products nowadays come with perfumes and scents and fillers and this and that, and then we wonder why our skin freaks out. So this is the other facial that I've been doing lately. Now when I do this facial, I don't mix it with the apple cider vinegar. I use rose water. When you purchase rose water, make sure that it is only, oh, this says rose water flavor. I might have to look for a different brand. But the only thing that you want in your rose water is either filtered water, purified water, or deionized water. Deionized water is when the water particles are separated from positive and negative, if I remember correctly. If not, look up deionized water on YouTube. There's so much information on it, and it's actually better for us depending on what you're trying to achieve. So you want clean water and rose. That's all you want in your rose water. This is the one that I use and have been using, but I may, like I said, have to switch up because I don't like the idea that it says rose water flavor. I'm not sure if it's just roses that have been soaking in water or if it's some man-made scent. And if it's a man-made scent, then it's not of earth and not of God. So I apologize, but man-made is not natural. I've been trying to go all natural. Very hard, but achievable once you find the right product. Once again, I'm at 30 minutes, well, 29 minutes and 21, 23, 24, 25 seconds. And I'm just gonna let this sit on. As you see, it's starting to get dry, but I'm talking at the same time. So the next time I do this, I'm not going to talk, honestly. But when you see all these cracks and wrinkles, this is basically showing you where future wrinkles, in my opinion, could potentially show up. So welcome to the future you if you don't decide to take care of your skin. So gross, don't want wrinkles around my mouth. So the more you take care of your skin, the more you moisturize it, feed it what it needs, not what it wants, what it needs. You will then start changing your cravings as well. So instead of, man, I really want a bag of Doritos today, you're gonna be like, man, dude, that apple looks amazing, like let me get you. Because not only is that apple good for you, it contains lots of water, vitamins that are essential, that are going to impact your body on such a different level than what Doritos would. And then not to mention the fact that they're natural teeth cleaners. Like, the slightly acidicness of an apple is actually going to naturally clean your teeth. If you get that fuzzy feeling on your teeth, but like is so freaking gross, I can't stand that feeling. That's because when you've been consuming something with sugar, and the bacteria are just loving whatever you consumed with sugar in it. So they're just, hey, let's have a party. And I mean, hey, if you want a bacteria party in your mouth and you like halitosis, then by all means, you know, go for it. But me on the other hand, I don't like it. It's gross. And not to mention, when you kiss your partner, it's contagious. Yes, contagious. So unless you want to be the bacteria couple, hey, then you might want to lay off the sugar, because it's gross. It's really, really nasty. Except for the natural sugars. Natural sugars, okay, in my book. But yeah, so sorry for all the extra, if it was extra, but you know, this little thing up here is just a book of knowledge, so I can't help it. You know, if you think I'm rambling, I'm not. I'm going to rinse here in a little bit. Oh my gosh, that is so gross. Old people skin. But don't, like I said, the more you take care of your skin, the less of these wrinkles you're going to see. Not only that, when you don't talk during your facial mask, the wrinkles are going to be less as well. But as you have this mask on, like I said, in the next video that I do with the face mask, I'm not talking at all, which will hopefully, if I remember, will be tomorrow, and you guys will be able to see the soothing oatmeal bath treatment. And it is, I love it. When I was younger, I used to suffer from eczema a lot, and it was disgusting. I would break out in patches on my neck, in the back of my neck, on the backs of my knees, on my stomach. Just gross, absolutely disgusting. And I'm so glad that the doctors were able to give me creams when I was younger, because it was so gross, so freaking gross. If you have eczema, you can pour one of these whole packages, this whole box of 5 of these, 5 packages, and they're 1.5 ounces each. You pour this whole bad boy into your bath and just sit in there for like 45 minutes to an hour. The longer you sit, the better it is. But yeah, this, I love this mask because it tightens, it extracts, it pulls out impurities. When I put it in my hair, it cleanses. When you wash it, you're gonna wash it in a nice soft manner, nothing aggressive, because you don't want to do extra pulling and tugging on the skin. You could definitely always just hop in the shower and like let the rain I guess it is man-made rain, but you could let the water just, you know, gently cleanse it off your skin and your hair as well. This is, like I said, amazing for your hair as well. Spot treatments, just kind kind of going over everything from earlier. And then, yeah, of course, you know, if you can't stand the talking and you just want to get straight to the point, definitely go ahead and fast forward. I'm like that on some videos too. I'm just like, oh my gosh, could they talk any more? And hi, I'm just like you. But you know, how else are you going to naturally answer people's questions? You know, if you're just quiet, you know, you're not going to be able to really answer any questions unless, of course, you comment down below in the comment section. And if I didn't answer any of your questions in this video, then please, please, please feel free to reach out to me. I love having conversations with people. Any way that I can help. I'm not a licensed cosmetologist as of yet. I'm just waiting for my transcripts to come in the mail. But I did graduate 2 Thursdays ago, so the 11th of June. So yay to me. It was a year-long process at Mario Tracosi in Chicago, at the Northeast campus. If you are interested in actually attending school for cosmetology, I do recommend this school. That pause meant so many things. First of all, cosmetology is way more than just doing hair. Cosmetology is about, one, knowing the body. You have to know anatomy. You have to know pathology. You have to know skin conditions. You know, you have to know color theory. You have to know shapes. You have to be able to see dimension. You have to be able to know, if I have this color and this person wants to be here, how am I going to get from A to B? And you have to be a quick thinker. You have to be able to make clients happy and give them what they ask for. Not only that, you know, you have to learn ergonomics. If you don't know what ergonomics is, it's, you know, natural body positioning, which so many of us struggle with body posture due to either life situations that we've been through, or accidents, or some people's emotions come out in their posture as well, which, you know, you really wouldn't think was true, but it really is. You know, your posture screams so much about you. Not only do you have to know that, you have to know product knowledge. You know, there's so many products on the market, professional and non-professional, that are, you know, available to us, and you have to know what to use and how to use it in order to accomplish your goal for that client. And what else did we have to know? Anatomy, pathology, what else? Skin diseases, sanitation, especially with this whole corona thing going on right now, you know, making sure that you're going above and beyond when it comes to sanitation. Because say you come in and you have eczema, perfect example, you know, if your eczema is in an inflamed stage, you can't do a color service, especially if it's on your scalp, because it's going to irritate the scalp and potentially get into your bloodstream, causing problems. If you have scrapes and abrasions on your skin, some services can't be provided. If you have, you know, certain disorders going on, certain services can't happen because of those disorders. What else do we have to know? I ergonomics, color theory, product knowledge. There's so much more to cosmetology than just curl my hair, honey. You know, it's way more. Forgive me if you don't agree with me, but I consider cosmetologists to be mini doctors because we basically learn the basics that all right, so my apologies, my phone died. So in the middle of what I was saying, my phone cut off. But I'm gonna get up close so that way you can see the results of the mask as it's dry. As you can see, it looks like a desert ground, and sorry, I'm just trying to get close up, but I really can't see what I'm doing. But yeah, so that's what it looks like dry and up close. Sorry, my nose is itching because this clay is drying. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hop in the shower, and then I will show you guys how my skin looks afterwards, because you've already seen what it looked like ahead of time. So yeah, just give me a moment, and I'm gonna hop in the shower here, and I will be out momentarily. So here's my face after the mask. So work in progress, but we're going to get there. And excuse my hair, I haven't combed it yet, but tomorrow, like I said, we're going to do the oatmeal mask, and that'll help moisturize and get rid of any itchiness and dryness. Give me a thumbs up if you like my video. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave it in a link below.